sunshine kind of in the door here right now, but we're going to be moving this direction here. It is a cleanup day here in the greenhouse, as you can see. Got a little bit of work to do here as we're making our transition into the out of the winter greenhouse, which I have a different setup for, into the spring one, which is really where we're moving to now. The early spring, late winter, early spring. It's always a little bit different, but there's a transition that has to take place. Plus, I got a new shelf that I need to put up as well. So there's a couple things that I got to take care of here as well. So again, for those who don't know, my name is Ryan. Here in northern Michigan, and I come here live out of the greenhouse in my garden, doing yard work, all the stuff, and around the homestead all the time. So hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully, um, earn your subscription today. My goodness, sorry about that. Yeah, I sound terrible. But anyways, let me get some water going. So yeah, today is it's a transition day. I normally have these, and you can see some of the stuff. You can see where we got greens. So we'll look at some of the stuff that I have growing here. But this is one of those transition times that I have throughout the seasons to make sure that everything is going to be, good to go. To make sure I can maximize the work that I'm doing, maximize the space. So it's kind of where we're at. But like I say, but with that, just like with everything, there is a time and a need to clean up, and it's just straighten up as I'm making the transition, because I've got some more shelving that we're going to be adding in. These are going to get doubled up over here. I got some shelves that I'm going to drop on the far side over there. And again, a big piece of this though is that the amount of stuff that I have going in here is about to go up dramatically. So I need to do some cleaning ahead of time. So we're going to do this in phases. I'm going to actually kind of roll this up here a little bit and clean this section first, and then move over into this section over here. So, because everything's going to move this direction. So we're going to straighten up over here first. It's kind of the piece. So again, welcome everybody. If you haven't been here before, come here, really just working in the greenhouse. And again, this is like one of those streams that I absolutely love being out here for this stuff, because this is just a chill stream. We're just kind of hanging out today while I'm doing some work. And a lot of it is just, basic cleanup to make sure that the greenhouse is in good repair and ready to go. Because like I said, I've got a ton of vegetables to get started, get going here over the coming months. So we have got a lot here. So again, welcome everybody. So let me get started here. Again, I've got some stuff I've got to clean up on this side. So really just starting with some sweeping, and it's going to be in sections. So you're going to see me moving stuff like 17 times. And it's because I really don't want to put everything out right now. We still got a lot of muddy, it's still muddy and snowy out there, but that doesn't mean that I can't get in here and do some cleanup, because like this has been all of the work and stuff that we've done in here has been since, I want to say November was the last time I did a really good, I did the first organizing, because that was getting ready for the winter, for the winter growing that I have. And also we were in here doing some work for some Christmas stuff too, because this was an area that was warmer out. Like say right now it's 35 degrees outside. I think it's 70 in here right now. 65. I've got the door open though, but it was 70 when I got here in the first place. So again, I'm up here in northern Michigan, and a big part of this is just when we have these days where we start getting nice here. As soon as the sun's out, like this greenhouse goes, we were over 100 degrees yesterday. Temperature wise, and we'll have more than, oh gosh, I don't know. I've had days where it's been upwards of 120 in here in March before I can get the vents open, because I got to keep everything kind of bubble wrapped. Now I do have insulation on 3/4 of this. So like this has got foam insulation behind you. But in here, on this side where we got the main light coming through on the south face, it's all bubble wrap. Now I did have foam down here, and that's for most of the winter. I actually have foam inside of here that is stacked up to about this high, and it's because we have snow that piles up here. Like I still got 2 feet of snow in places outside, which isn't uncommon right now, to be honest. It's a pretty common amount of snow for us to have. this time of year. But a big part of so now to be able to have this here, it puts it in a much better spot, much better situation. So, but I did went and picked up a. Do I hey, do I hunt? No, I have people that do the hunting for me. I used to when I was younger. I grew up on a dairy farm, and we had about 800 to 1,000 acres of land around, a lot of forests, a lot of woods. So I would go through and we did a lot of hunting, a lot of deer hunting for sure, a lot of duck and goose hunting. But a lot of the food that we actually had, because we had a dairy farm, the deer, we'd actually donate most of the meat to needy families through the local food bank, which I always thought was great because we didn't really need the meat. We had a dairy farm, so we had tons of, I always had at least a cow, an entire cow in the freezer. You know what I mean? So, what's this here? Hey, man, come on, guys. Hey, it's a little early in the morning for. I don't mind being a little weird, but man, a little early for that. But hey, whatever, guys, do your thing. But anyways, now we are looking forward to hear when you talk about hunting, though. It is getting closer to that time of year where we're going to have. We start thinking about mushrooms in this area, for sure. We are definitely going to be hunting some mushrooms, and we'll be along for a ride on that one. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it live or not. That's one thing that I'm trying to figure out, if I can do this stuff live or not. Where I'm at, the cell signals aren't that great. I may end up just recording those and putting those out because we always are out for morel mushrooms. We're gonna toss this. This doesn't need to be around. Always out for morel mushrooms coming up here very shortly. So. So let's see here. Let me take a look at something real quick. Sorry. I apologize, everybody. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Something looked funny on my end when I was. So I've got the chat up here. So I want to make sure everything was coming through okay. But anyways, we're getting that time of year where we're definitely thinking about the morel mushrooms. The morel mushrooms, we get an awful lot of my root vegetables going to be going, so it's going to be great. I'm super looking forward to that. It's going to be okay. And like I said, I'll be recording it for those folks that have never actually done mushroom hunting, or if you just like to be able to see what it's like, we'll absolutely have that out there for you to be able to view. So yeah, I think there's good stuff there. I need something. Did I get rid of everything too soon? I think I might have. I guess I can just use this box for now. Use this box for right now, and this is my box that I have all of my. I keep all of my warming mats in for my seeds, but I need something to act as a dustpan for me, so I can get the stuff in the trash here. So with this, one of the things when you have a greenhouse, again, it does collect a lot of like everything. It's just kind of what happens, and you're going to have to keep on top of it. This is a tile floor that I have set up here, and so with this, I have a lot of questions about the greenhouse, just real quick. So it's 6 by 7 by 16 for the length here. And what I have on the ground here is I actually put down some insulation, excuse me, and then I put these basically 1 foot blocks down here, and I got them on sale. They're dark red. I got these on sale. They were like on a broken pallet at one of the big box stores. I think it was Home Depot. And what I recommend for folks too is that I've done everything here pretty much on the cheap. I had extra studs around, had cattle wire to build these shelves out. These are just, extra boards that I have laying around. We're going to actually stack this up because I do need to load this section up here. We're going to see that. But yeah, do your best to try to do it on the cheap when you're getting your greenhouse until you figure out exactly what you want. Because I'm going to be building out. Again, by the way, for those that are watching right now and you hop in the chat, please let us know where you're from. I'm in Northern Michigan. We have folks from all over that hop on this feed, so it's always good to see where people are at. And if you do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. It helps to push me out to the algorithm, get me out to more folks as well. So help with that would definitely be appreciated. So thank you everybody who's done that. Thank you so much. And again, I hope to earn your subscription today, especially if you like watching stuff that has to do with working in the yard, doing gardening. I'm going to be building a new chicken coop and run this year. I've got currently have 5 chickens. I only lost 1 this season, but we're going to be doubling my chicken count going into the spring. Be loading up. Going to get in March. Get the new chicks. Get them in the get them that brood going. So that'll be good as well. So hey, what's up, Happening Farmer? Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, love it. Thank you so much for everybody here. But yeah, we're just kind of working through stuff here a little bit. Today is definitely one of those days though where today's just a chill stream. We're just kind of hanging out. I've got stuff that's growing. We'll take a look at that in a second. Where I have a lot of things that are just kind of in the process of doing what they're doing. Like for instance, I've got my kale here. It's really starting to take off now. And again, these brassicas that we have are really good this time of year. But I've got broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, spinach. Everything's just kind of going right now. And we've got some other stuff, onions as well. So we'll look at all that in a little bit. But the big thing is just, right now, it's like I got to get this place organized a little bit better. That's kind of a thing. So let me move this off so I can double this up now and help me out. All right. So you can see here by the number of things that I currently have, we grow an awful lot of stuff in here. We grow an awful lot. And we are going to be having, by the way, if you've ever wanted to see what it's like to have a polytunnel, I have a 20-foot by 10 by 7 that we're going to be setting up in my garden. You guys can see where my garden is. So there's this is my chicken run with my chickens here with the coop. We've got this full garden set up over here. There's my girls. Hey ladies, there's Honey stopping by to say bye. You can see we're starting to get this melt though. See how melty and just gross it is down here? What's up, Honey? You want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. So we had one more, but we lost her. But you can see this is my garden. It's 25 by 50, the full length here. And we're starting to get some melt here a little bit for the chicks to go. But on this far end over there, we're going to have the, actually have the run here. And it's going to be very similar in size, you can see, to my greenhouse as well. But, so anyways, back to cleaning in here. I'm going to pop you guys like right here so you can see everything. Again, appreciate everybody hitting the thumbs up there. It definitely helps push me out in the algorithm. Again, it gets me in front of more folks so that we can, do the stuff. You know what I mean? Anywho, and stuff that I've done too, by the way, just so you guys are aware, I ran an extra, I have an external Wi-Fi source out here so that we can make sure that we've got good signal and everything. I've done a lot to make sure that the quality's here. So when we're doing our daily, or we're out here doing our streams, it's as best as possible. So, but again, I appreciate everybody who's hopping on. And yeah, so let me get this over here, and then I want to basically move this shelf up here. Because the way this goes, guys, is this time of year, right? What we're going to be building out right now is going to be, I've got my spring starting garden stuff here. That's going to be growing here. It's going to be growing out in the polytunnel. Then we're at the same time as this stuff moves out, we're going to be starting for my summer crops as well too. So there's going to be, starting probably in mid-April, April timeframe, we're going to be starting all the tomatoes, all the cucumbers, everything that's going to be going out into the garden. Lots of stuff be started. So yeah, it's an extender for Wi-Fi. Yep, absolutely. It's just it's a great question. So yeah, I ran. So what I did is I ran some Cat 6 from the back of my my Wi-Fi router that I get T-Mobile out here because I've got a tower just over here. And then I ran a Cat 6. I ran it outside and I picked it up from Amazon. It was like maybe $30. It's an external, so it's meant to be for outside Wi-Fi extender. And it's just a separate channel that's out here. And that's, my garden, 5G is what I call it. So I've got 5G directly out here so that way I can stream. Because right now, even when I had my previous one, it would be kind of choppy. And it works out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this over. It also allows me to with that Cat 6, if I want, I can actually just run the line. I have enough in there to where extra, I can actually run and plug in if I want to run my laptop and stream horizontal uh, directly from there, broadcast with the full service. You know what I mean? So those are options. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It works great. It's been through a full winter and an entire um a rainy season. I've been through a summer, a rainy season, and then a winter now, and it's worked out pretty well. So yeah, definitely recommend it if you don't have it. Again, it's now I happen to have all the tools for, running a 100-foot cat, 100-foot cat 6 cable and, other things like that. If you don't have that, you'll have to purchase the, a pre-terminated cat 6 cable, but be a thing. So, all right, let me move these over. Just the angle on this guy's off. You don't want. You want everybody. There you go. It's gonna be good. Why are you all angled funny? That's all right. Got a little bit warped on the wood here. That's okay. It'll manage. So, again, as you can see, what I'm building out here are my shells. And we're going to end up stacking more goodies on top of here. Is kind of the deal. So, that's the way this one is set up. Right? Cool. All right. That'll probably get cut down later. I'll come in with a saw and chop that back. Okay. So I opened that up. So now I can get over here. Oh, man, I'll tell you. These cleaning days are some of my favorite days out here. I do enjoy it when it's like we're getting stuff planted. Like when we're getting things going and I start transplanting and, or these transition days, I guess, are my favorite. Because it lets us know we're on to a new part of the season, new part of what's going on, and that's huge. That's just huge for what we have around here. Especially, this time of year is notorious in Michigan. It's really rough. This rough being around here. Hey, Shawnee, what's happening? How you been surviving the winter over there in Minnesota? It's been a rough one here for the last couple months. I can say that much. Especially I got sick. I got whatever awful flu was going around that absolutely just wrecked me. Yeah, I've been catching a couple of your programs too. I like your style. I like the way you kind of handle stuff out there. Yes. You guys that don't know, Shawnee, she's in the chat right now. She has her own channel as well too. She's definitely in the education piece of the market, and she's definitely worth a follow. Go check her out. She does a really good job. Yeah, a lot of days. So yeah, oh, you're currently sick. Oh no. Yeah. Hopefully you get through it soon. I'm on week 4 of this cold, and I'm like, I just can't get past the cough. Yeah, it's just this ever present, just like where my throat is just somewhat wrecked all the time. Cool. So that one's set up over there. It's just a pain. Don't like it. I don't like it at all. Day through here, cough hasn't started. Oh yeah. So I actually for those that don't know, I'm a business coach by trade. I help people with their businesses. I'm an exit planner. I help people get their businesses ready to sell. And I'm a fractional chief operating officer for companies. And currently I'm a fractional for a law firm that's out in Maine. And you got onions on the starter. Yeah, we'll take a look at what I've got going here too as well. So a lot of what I do, like the work that I do, Shawnee, is like over Zoom, over Teams chat or whatever. The video calls. There was a couple days, I want to say 2 weeks ago, I had to lead all my meetings by chatting, like actually typing everything out because I lost my voice. So I hope you don't get that. Oh, cold stratification. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can kind of show you where I got a few folks going right now here. You can see how these guys are on month 2 right now that they're coming along. So these guys are looking pretty good, pretty happy. Just some regular spring onions there. But I had, because I got sick, and you'll appreciate this. We had a power outage, and I didn't realize, and I was sick, so I had a whole bunch. These are my red burgundy onions, the short days. So they got dried out and they froze, yet they're still holding on strong. I lost about a third of them, but they're still coming around. So yeah. Yeah, so all my work involves talking. So I was definitely like in the middle of just tap tap tap, and it was definitely a pain. So all right, so I picked up a new so at the Home Depot, they actually had some new shelves and stuff. So we're gonna piece together this new shelf kit real quick here. Drop you guys here for a second while I bring this in. And we're gonna see what we can do with this thing. They were on sale. I don't know why they were on sale. I'm just taking it as a good thing. Let me check my framing right now. There we go. Yeah, I priced out this shelf was like $27 for, I for the life of me, I was like, man, because each one of the shelves that I build, they cost about 18, 20 bucks to do and all my time. And I was like, for extra $7 here, I can just get this shelf and be good with it. So yeah, it's kind of what we did. But I would take a look, folks, if you haven't. There's a good possibility that this is on sale in your local Home Depot too, because it was like right with all the get off me. Oh, what are they saying? The totes and everything were at. So there might be on sale for you there as also. So yeah, black plastic. Trust me, I'm not a big fan of the black plastic here. I'm trying to get rid of it. However, just from a cost basis and time, I was like, man, I'm just going to go ahead and do this now, because I was saying I needed a couple more shelves, and plus these are modular, so I can kind of piece them together how I want. So, but anyways, I digress. But yeah, this will, and they're heavy duty too, which is the other side that I really want to have with these, is that to make sure that we got stuff that is going to hold up. There we go. I can just hit it with a hose, you know what I mean? And not worry about it too much. So we're going to probably do this 2 sets. And this one isn't going to make the cut. I'm just going to kind of leave it over here for now. Yeah, no, actually my heat in here has not been an issue. I can say that much. We are at 100, I think it was at like 115 yesterday. We were smoking hot in here the other day. Easy to clean. Yeah. I mean, yeah, clean. I don't know how much cleaning I'll be doing, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm one of those guys. I'm pretty bad about that. I mean, I'll just hit it with the hose and call it good more than anything. But all right, so let's see. These all look the same in theory. So one of these, right? Should be able to set some of this so it's off the floor. That's what I really want. Actually, no. Don't want this off the floor. What am I thinking? I only have enough for one, so it can't be off the floor. It's gotta be right on the floor. That's okay. We can adjust that later. So here, must go this way. We're gonna figure this out one way or the other, guys. I know there's directions for these things, but man, that sounds like work. Let's see. There we go. Figured it out. Good job, Ryan. But yeah, man, I'll tell you, Shawnee, I hope you feel better soon, because man, it's just being sick. It's just so annoying. And it sucks. It makes everything much more difficult. Like I was saying, that's the other side too, folks. Again, I try to, that I don't normally get sick, but whenever I go to Maine for work, I always bring something back. But this was hands down the worst cold I've had in quite some time. I haven't had like a real, all out flu in a while. And it was pretty bad. But yeah, it was like yesterday I was in here in a t-shirt, like saying it's 70 in here right now. And I've got the door open. You guys are basically outside currently. And man, I'm loving it. There we go. don't want this guy too far down. That's right. So there's one. Let's get my second one. Be off to the races. Now, one of the things too we're going to be working on also, guys, is we're building this out. Just keep in mind is once we have the polytunnel up, there's an entire process of work that has to be done at this point to make sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that on there. Make sure things are ready. And what do I mean by that? Well, once the polytunnel's up, I still have to put some plastic down to heat up the ground, get it going, and get any sort of seeds that are on there to germinate. So I got to go through that spot too, and that usually takes about a week or two to really kind of get that going. And once all those are up, we can clear all them out. Then we can start actually getting stuff in the ground, working it. So we're right on track, really where we should be at right now. It's just if Mother Nature is going to play along this year or not. And if I was a betting man, considering how Mother Nature's been so far this year, I would say that Mother Nature is not going to play along. Going to throw a curveball at us. Either we're going to end up being back into the bowels of frigid cold for longer than we expected, or we are going to end up super hot, super early. So it's going to be one of those options. Not sure which one it's going to be. I guess I could do 3 shelves here. When I think about it, it's down. Just make this one a 3. It's going to be cramped in here, but that's okay. That's the idea. Okay. Maybe we'll do that. Again, we're just kind of figuring this out as we go along. I guess I can do all 3. Yeah, we can. We're going to allow ourselves to. There we go. Just give me a nice look. Come on now. Don't be dumb. There we go. Get last one in here. Hey, Tina. Yeah, I have no idea what kind of spring we're going to have. I mean, I used to always use the Farmer's Almanac, and that was actually, it was funny. I used to work in the town in Maine where that was from. I didn't realize at the time. It was a little later. I was like, oh, it's from Auburn. It's like literally from right here. So it was nice when we had the Farmer's Almanac to kind of, blame if the weather was going to be crap or not. I see why this one is on sale. Because the way this goes together is pretty crap. But it's going to be great for what I need it for. So that's fine. There we go. But I'm prepared for whatever type of weather they throw at us this year. We're going to be good. Cool. All right. That is some tight spacing there, but we're going to figure it out. So, yeah, good to have you on here, Tina. So, again, welcome, everybody. I know you're like, what in the heck am I tuning into here? Ryan is busy just making less and less space for himself here, which is true. That is happening. But we are currently in the process of just kind of cleaning out the greenhouse. So again, welcome everybody. Do me a favor for all those that are in the chat here. If you want to say something in the chat, let us know where you're from. If you can hit the thumbs up, definitely appreciate that. It does push me out more to the algorithm. And obviously, again, I hope to earn your subscription today, especially now, why would you subscribe to some guy just randomly cleaning his greenhouse? Well, that's actually a really good question. Really, really good question. And I'm going to try to provide some semblance of an answer for you. What I would say is when you subscribe to me, what we end up doing is we spend an awful lot of time just doing stuff in the garden, in the greenhouse. Down in Kentucky, that's awesome, man. I would kill for your weather right now. I would love that. Thank you, everybody who hit the thumbs up. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. But why would you want to follow me? Well, one of the things that we do here in particular with the channel is we spend an awful lot of time basically in education mode, and you're going to get to see what I do like in real time here. Because a big part of what I actually work on here is what I grow here in the garden. And a greenhouse is actually for my vegetable stand. I have a small vegetable stand that I use, and I make for myself, but it's also for my neighborhood. I have a donation-only vegetable stand that I'm currently in Minnesota. Yep, got Minnesota, Florida. Everybody hopping in here. I'm currently in northern Michigan. Here, I can show you. Look at all the snow we got. Woof! It's everywhere, guys. Yeah, I would take soggy over frozen right now, to be honest, for sure. But so when you follow, so you get to follow along with me as I am again, and we do teaching. So I'm in here constantly. We're teaching, we're learning about how to actually go through the steps that I follow. They may not work for you, but they at least give you a starting point of how I go about setting up my schedule for growing, right, and getting all my stuff ready. How I make my seed starting mix, different things that you can do, different ways that I go about stuff. So that you might be able to learn, might be able to get some stuff. The other thing too, which is really great on here, all of us, we share constantly different ways that we're going about doing things here. Everybody's kind of got their own way that they grow. There's some best practices that are out there that we all follow, but you've got to find what works best for you in your area. And for me, what works best for me may not necessarily work best for you. That's part of what we spend time talking about and learning. So you get to see what I do it. You'd be like, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. To which I say, cool, go do it that way. Let us know how it worked. And maybe I'll change how I do stuff, which has been known to happen. Happens more often than you would think. I change up what I'm doing. So, hey, Judy. So what do we got here? First time here. So hopefully I earn your subscription, Judy, for sure. I'm hoping to get a greenhouse set up only. You still, that's too funny. After about 10 days. Yeah. So what I would recommend for you, if you want to get do you have a patio like outside that you can pick up where you can get the little greenhouses that you can wrap stuff in plastic, kind of give, they're the shelves, not necessarily a full greenhouse setup, but you can start with that shelf and see if it's something you like, because it does take a little bit of work. It does take a little bit of planning. Their maintenance. These are a lot of, again, a greenhouse, having it ready to go is a lot of maintenance as well too. Just to make sure you're staying on top of stuff as well. There's just stuff to keep in mind, but yeah, greenhouses are great. And the reason that we have greenhouses, right, are so that we can extend our growing season. I have, if you want to learn a little bit more about kind of the whole process and what went into this, on my channel, you can go find, there's some business stuff, but it's under the garden guy stuff. You can find videos to where I went through and did the build out for this stuff, actually building, not necessarily building this out, but doing the flooring, how do I do the bubble wrap and the insulation, things like that. So upstate New York, 2 feet of snow. Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely in the middle of, yeah, exactly. So those work great. So if you like those, hey, Judy, make sure, you can definitely step into a smaller one for sure. Just understand, how do I want to say it here? Owning a greenhouse is your mentality is very much like a gas in a container. It will expand, you will expand to take over, the volume of the container that surrounds you. So every year I think about, okay, how can I make sure I'm maximizing my space here, and that more stuff comes in. So it's one of those things, you always want to grow more. You want to have an availability to grow more and more stuff, which is why, this year I've got the polytunnel that's going up. By the way, this insulation, guys, or this styrofoam that I have here, this foam, I have this down here for me, actually, just to kind of help as a little extra layer of insulation and cushioning when I'm in here, because it's on bricks the whole day, when I'm out here working. So I put this down just to kind of help a little bit as well. And also this time of year, because now what we're going to end up with is so in Michigan where I'm at, we don't see the sun from, I want to say mid-December until 2 weeks ago. We stay behind a cloud deck, because where I'm at in Michigan, right? So I got the state of Michigan here. I'm on this part, and Lake Michigan is over here, and here's Michigan itself. So you have the prevailing winds. They're blowing over the warmish water, over the cold ground, which makes a cloud deck, very like a fog deck, but it just blows right over to my house, and we don't see the sun. So this time of year, now that the sun's coming out, it gets up to 120 degrees in this thing. So I also put this down as another way to kind of help reflect, and so I don't retain as much heat on these tiles, you know, where it really heats up. Because I can't have my vents open yet. There's these vents that are here, and I do run my my fan over there. It does kind of keep the temperature down, but this time of year is really hard. It goes from, you know, it'll be 40 degrees in here because I have my little heater going overnight, and within a couple hours it'll be 80 degrees warmer, if not more. Scorching hot in this place. So I just got to stay on top of it. So, but I appreciate everybody who's hit that thumbs up so far. Thank you very much for that. I always appreciate that. Gets me out to some new folks here. But so with that, what do you guys got growing? Has anybody got anything? I know I got, you know, Shawnee already said she has her onions going. Onions and lettuce, which I have. You can see here, we're going to take a look a little closer here, but I've got a lot of my lettuce and my onions are going here as well too. I've got my brassicas are all started because they're going to be moving into the polytunnel once that's up and it's time. It makes sense. You know, should be, my guess would be sometime around mid-March to end of March. I should be able to have stuff in the polytunnel and not have too much of a worry about a hard frost. I do have a heater that I can run out there if it's going to be, if I'm really worried about that. But most of the brassicas and the lettuce, you know, they're good down to, you know, 24, 25 degrees. They're going to be just fine. They'll get a little crunchy, but they'll manage just fine. All right. So yeah, these cleaning days are always just make me feel better. Get a little more organized in here. We get to hang out a little bit and just kind of talk here. Oh, Western. Okay, Grand Rapids. Yeah. So I'm up around Ludington. So I'm about an hour and 40 minutes northwest of where you're, right along the lake. I mean, I'm inland just a little bit, but Ludington's the town that's right there. Yeah, heck yeah. I was just in GR a few weeks ago. So all right. But yeah, it's always good to have folks around here, you know, kind of catching up, see where we're at. Now, again, by the way, I'm simply just trying to get enough of this up to, you know, make a difference here so I don't have it too sloppy in here. There we go. It's understood. We're gonna have a ton of dirt everywhere here. Nightshades at the top of March. Okay, got more. So ton of stuff growing. Hydroponic. Okay, yes, yeah, your brassicas, flowers, peppers. I got my celery going. It's doing its thing. Peppers. Cool. Yeah, nightshades for sure, especially, you know, I'm obviously behind you on the nightshades for sure, but definitely getting closer to that time frame. All right. Trash here. Man, this is like downright like almost organized at this point. The heck's going on here? Flip this guy over. There we go. My goodness. Seems almost like I know what I'm doing in here now. I wouldn't go that far, but we're definitely getting there. Back to winter sowing. Yeah, that's the other one too. Definitely get you with the winter sowing. Kind of just depends on the time of year too and what your winters look like as well. I've had a couple years where, you know, where I've been able to start stuff and knowing that it was just going to be kind of a mild winter, so I'd be able to get a nice early start. Had that with some brassicas. My Brussels sprouts one year, I was able to get them in. Kind of got them started. I knew it wasn't going to get like too frigid. The forecast didn't show it was going to be a mild winter, and then they just kind of hung out all winter, and then once the snowpack started melting, shot up here. So right before the big snow, and I can show you my stuff here. I still got, you know, I had tomatoes over in this one over here. Both of these are cucumbers. I just kind of let them go, but yeah, I still even have some marigolds that are in there as well too. But oh, someone's being nosy. What's up, honey? What you doing? Yeah. All right, man. That already looks 1,000,000% better in there, guys. We looked downright like professional in here. All right, so let's take a look at some of the stuff that I've been growing, okay? And a lot of it's just getting started. Some of it's leggy because I haven't had the lights on it. For all the reasons is fine. So you can see I got a lot of my brassicas going here. Cauliflower on this one. They're leggy, but that's okay. When they get transplanted, they're gonna get buried down. Spinach, slow start on my spinach here, but it's getting rolling. Actually, no, sorry. Spinach over here. My bad. Got them backwards. Getting started over here. And then I got Brussels sprouts and broccoli on this one. Here I've got, actually, these are, oh, I got a lot of water under this here. I'll show you guys. So as far as my lettuces, I've got some, trying to think here. It's arugula. I've got some butter lettuce and red cimarron. So it's like this is a romaine style. I'll show you the packages here real quick. And all my seeds that I get, for the most part, not all, but the vast majority are Organo Republic seeds. So those lettuces that we saw, again, we had arugula. This is Organo Republic arugula. We had our butter crunch is going. And again, the cimarron red. And I start these lettuces all year, all the time. And part of the deal with that is that I always want to have fresh greens going, right? It's always just good to have them growing in here. Plus, man, I just tell you, it smells good having stuff growing all the time. Again, like we looked at earlier here, I've got some of my, I've got some kale going. Definitely got some of my early stuff going because I want to get as many salad stuff going like immediately. I'm doing some testing. I'm going to be growing a bunch of beets this year. I've got, gosh, what's the number? Close to like 500 beet seeds, if not more. So I'm growing a bunch this year. Neighbors really want them. I think they'll like, so I want to kind of take advantage of that. But I'm testing getting some started earlier in containers. I'm not sure how they're going to do. Oh, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, most of this is for me and my wife, but my neighbors, they definitely want stuff too. So I try to meet them where they're at. But so anyways, I'm testing out to kind of see like, okay, what can I get away with for like root vegetables in the, let me just turn this just a little bit here. You guys are kind of off kilter just a bit. Oh, how about I do this instead? There we go. We can just turn it like that. So what I'm trying to find out is if I can get stuff in containers here, the root vegetables that I can kind of get started, have them set, and just have them run through right now I'm testing there, but I want to do it in the fall and see how many root vegetables I can keep going through the winter out here with the temperature, keeping this at the 40 degrees that I normally do. So I can have containers that are full of carrots. They're full of, your parsnips, definitely beets. Radishes are going to have a hard time, but we're going to try. You can see that as well. So, what other stuff we got going on that might be of interest to you guys here? My celery's doing its stuff down here. It looks fine. I've got Swiss chard. It's growing. There's that there. We already looked at my onions. I'll show you guys the onions again here because they're all worth it. You can just see how these guys are, they're all hitting their stride right now, looking pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with them. They're definitely making their way into some stir fry soon. I can tell you that much. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Things look pretty good in here. Again, today was a cleanup day, guys. Nothing too crazy. Just wanted to, come out here for a little bit and just kind of hang out with folks. So with that, I'm going to head back in the house. I've got plenty of stuff to work on. But yeah, it was good to see everyone here. We are, a few weeks away from really loading up here, guys. It's about to get kind of ridiculous in here. We are going to have so much stuff growing between my flowers and the vegetable starts, as well as what we're going to have with the polytunnel. We're going to have the full-on farm going. It's going to be great. So with that, I appreciate everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time.